This is a perfect example of what is taking place. This I that we use is seen as over there. I has been removed and placed somewhere else, to the shadow, to the back door. I'm happy with I over there because I can call I back in when I wants to come back in. You see? This remnants of experience has no name. You see, enlightenment means at the beginning there's a person, at the end no person. Enlightenment is simply experiencing itself through this vessel. It removes what was old and stale and shoddy and fake, and it's over there. That is me, I and you. This is what is. You understand this very simply. Enlightenment is an experience that removes the person that was me and throws it away, casts it aside. It can be called back in. It has to be called back in to fit in with this world of names. What is your name? What is going to happen when this vessel says self? No one's going to speak. No one's going to be interested. No one is going to take anything. You'll be locked up. That's what this whole game is about. Society keeping us locked up. But this one is free to be called back in to play society's game. What is your name? Oh, my name is Graham. Bobs. Whatever name you want me to say, I will say it for you. Because when it's pulled back in, there's a joying for position. I wants to be back in, but self wants to throw I out. There's a shadow upon shadow upon shadow. You remove the initial shadow, and then that shadow, another shadow comes in. You see? Look, another shadow is burrowing itself in. And you, me, I and you, has taken residence in this vessel. Whole life is removing these shadows, removing each one by not participating when not required to participate. Whole problem is words. Whole problem is words. Man, employer, woman, employer, whatever, says to this body, this vessel, what are you doing you. The vessel body replies as a person, as an individual, as singular. I am cleaning. Overcome this. How to overcome this? Remove I. Remove you. Employer says to vessel, body, self. Says to itself, you see, because we're all one. What is taking place? Answer comes, reflection comes, cleaning is taking place. There is no cleaner. There is no one cleaning. The shadow has been cast aside. I has been cast aside. You has been cast aside. We are educated into using two-way communications. But non-duality is one-way communication. There's no communicator and no one communicating to being communicated to. There is only one way. Great spiritual leaders who do satsangs very seldom use the word I, me and you. Very seldom do they refer to a you as you and I as I and me as me. When enlightenment passes, there is the opportunity for a merging and the shadow is pulled back in. And an ability to communicate. What are you doing? I am cleaning is here. But on the whole, from the space that this vessel is being looked through by, the space is looking through this vessel, knows this vessel is important. This vessel has to communicate, has to share, has to fit in, has to work, has to be singular at times of the day. Most spiritual leaders hide away in ashrams so that they don't have to experience pulling shadow back in. I love my shadow. See, shadow is speaking about this shadow now. When I speaks, this one speaks. When speaking takes place, there is no speaker, only the vessel, the tool for something to convey what is to be said through. Osho never used any words about what he is, what another is. He simply read poetry from truth. When enlightenment passes through your space, not your body, body is part, body will experience things, body will experience very beautiful states of farewell to all the garbage that it was carrying. When enlightenment passes through, it has served its purpose. This body has been useful. It will remain attached to the body, the vessel. No me, no I, no you. This one is cast out for a period of as long as enlightenment wants there to be a split, you see. Duality has to occur during awakening to realize, wow, I is free. I is free and a shadow and is merged with ego. This thing that appears to be here is simply a vessel for the space that is speaking inside, the truth that is speaking inside. So, no enlightenment needed for anyone, you see. Watch what you say, watch your words, but realize you see, the shadow you is dwelling inside the vessel, but also the total you, total self, is dwelling within and out with the vessel. The state of self is everywhere. As one. Shadow still lingers, hangs around to be called in. The tower of I, this one lives in. This one has no duty or job. This is a tower where everything lives in as one self. This body is no more important than any body. The importance is for the body to be realized that it is an amazing kit to understand what self is here to understand, to see itself as one complete whole through the eyes of one appearing singular body, which frequently, infrequently, has to depend on I am, me. Thumbs up to shadow, I. Without it, there is no comparison to be made between what you think you are and what you truly are. Namaste.